You're listening to the Ultimate Deck Podcast with Shane Chapman.
How does your steel product work when we're talking about coastal areas, or if you're within a mile of the coast, or you're on a dock or whatever, and it's going to get some sea and salt spray?
Salt is going to win.
Okay.
No question. Now, we first came out, it was a year warranty, like 1 year warranty within a mile of the coast.
Okay.
We've extended that to 10.
Oh, okay.
So 1 mile from the coast, either coast, we find that the East Coast has way harsher water. Like the West Coast is still salt water, but the East Coast is just, salt's different. I don't know.
The mafia.
Yeah. Maybe.
It's the mafia.
It comes from Russia, right?
Isn't it?
They're just throwing salt on people.
I'm just putting salt in the wound there. But so we've extended that to 10 year. When you're talking about freshwater lakes and everything else, it just can't be sitting in it.
Okay.
Do you know what the warranty
because
is?
you just had it
with wood? Do you know what the wood warranty is?
For
pressure treated lumber? 0. Okay.
The fact that he has
zero.
The fact that you need to clarify what are you actually asking here says all you need to say. So I've heard some guys. I've been in this argument because I've heard of some. I don't know if it's Yellowwood or some wood treatment manufacturers do provide a warranty. These like lifetime warranties, whatever. But come on, buddy. Like we all know that there's zero chance you're warranting that wood for its life, unless you consider its life to be 5 years.
Yeah.
Then I would believe that you might warranty that.
Lifetime
but the fine print on that warranty must just like strain your eyes because there's no way. Like the issue with pressure treated, without even talking about steel, is that it doesn't last as long as it used to because the wood's harvest, it's a lot younger growth. It's not dense like it used to be. Yep. It's more susceptible to taking in water, even if it's been treated. The treatment chemicals they use is no longer as effective as it used to be when we didn't care if people also got cancer at the same time using it. And so now we start caring about people's health.
Get you every time.
So that means the wood products just aren't lasting as long. So we're on the topic of warranty. So if you're not on the coast, like you're 10 years if you're within a mile of salt water.
Salt water.
And if you're not, if you're in the middle of Regina, what are we getting for a warranty?
If you're in the Queen City beside water, you get 25 years.
25 years.
25 years.
So this is, I think, one of the biggest selling points for this stuff because the way composite and PVC manufacturers sell their decking a lot of times, like the warranty is something they major push. And the reason for it is because the wood alternatives don't have it. Like one of the big advantages if you're going to do it, like there's many, but if you're going to go from a pressure treated 5/4 deck board to a PVC is like, this is guaranteed to last and not fade or stain for 25 years, 30, 40, 50 years in some of them.
Yep.
And so that's a major advantage. But the duh moment is always like, well, then why are we putting, like this board's going to last 40 years. Great. How long is the framing going to last? If you're lucky, 15.
So people say that all the time in the store. They they know that and they comment on it.
Yeah.
Right? But for years it's been like, well, what's the solution? What's the alternative? And some welders and fabricators have made their own steel decks. Like that has happened.
Yeah.
Seen them.
Yeah.
We have a question from TC Decks. He's asking, does that include the Great Salt Lake? Is this, so how's the warranty written? Is it like any body of salt water within a mile? Like obviously it's like, you're being inclusive with all bodies of water that have salt in them. You're not.
Yeah. I don't want to just pick apart the East Coast and West Coast.
I don't want the biggest ones.
Yeah, I know. No. So good question. But yes, if you'll know if it's salt water, that's going to win. And it's probably going to be 2 years or so, and you'll start seeing like eating away if it's got spray and it's getting it. If it doesn't, you clean it all the time, you probably could get 20 years out of it.
Yeah.
So it's just that, a warranty's a warranty. Company's a company. You can only warranty so much, and you're trying to limit the amount of pain that people deal with, like I said, but you really can't go much more than 10 years without doing anything to a saltwater deck.
Yeah.
And it just deteriorating into nothing.
I mean, the warranties for pretty much all products when you get near the coast, saltwater are reduced because it's just harsh environments, right?
Next to the sun, salt is pretty powerful.
Yeah. I can see it now. Somebody puts in a warranty claim on a steel frame deck that's got, I don't know, maybe a little bit of rust on it by a freshwater lake, and Jason shows up with 3 bags of salt. Like, big ones.
Yeah. And then test the water.
Yeah, trying to modify that warranty real quick. Whoa, I just did my litmus test. Says there's salt in here.
Gonna pull out my glass of water and it's just dumping salt in. Oh yeah.
Sorry guys, looks
That's
like you're in
real
year
salty.
11. Out of luck.
This is saltier.
Looks like there's a lot of salt trucks going by here.
So, are there any things we need to know about the warranty? Like here's where I get to.
Yeah,
Here's where I get to grind you a little bit. 25 years, great. What's the fine print? Like, are there certain exclusions that
It's transferable, which is cool.
How many
from
times?
homeowner to homeowner,
Oh, okay.
Yep.
like indefinitely within the 25 years, or
I
one
think
or two
it's
times?
only one.
Okay.
I don't have to go into detail on that, and I should have known that. My bad. But I do know that I thought it was cool when we first looked at it because that's typically not the case.
That's a
Yeah.
great feature.
Most people don't know that about other warranties. That
Well,
they're
some of them don't.
non-transferable.
Some of the decking warranties don't, right?
Yeah.
Like I get 25 years, and then you sell it to somebody else, and they don't get the rest of the 25 years. So that's good to know that it's
year
transferable.
one, you're like, oh, damn, 24 years are gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's when I show up with the calendar and the salt.
So a limit on transferring the warranty, which is pretty common when there is a transfer allowed, is one fine print.
I would call that a plus, right?
It's a plus for sure.
Yep.
Unless you're going to turn that over like
A couple of times.
a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
But definitely a plus that it's transferable.
Yeah, the fine print is typical of any other warranty. We're not trying to be, nefarious and throw a bunch of stuff in there that mess people up. It's really just use it properly, clean it on a regular basis. I don't care where it is. It can be in the Queen City. It can be in Conestoga where my deck is. I'm cleaning it constantly. Not that I have to, but I like pressure washing it and then looking at it and taking a photo.
You just like
It's
tools.
I do.
Well, I like to fire it up and spray
And
things.
so let's talk about that.
Sometimes I get my boots muddy just so I can do it again. That's
You should wash this off once a year, twice a year.
What is the month, the deck safety month? Is that May?
All of the months, Jason. They're all
Every month
safety
safety.
months.
When they
Madra
but
said
yes,
the 1 month
May,
was
yes.
very important.
When
to
they
do
fall off in July, it's not a big
Your
deal.
decks are allowed to be unsafe every
It's
other month.
only May.
Yeah.
Just check it. So that's what I tell customers typically is when you're out and cleaning it and it's the beginning of the season, you're getting your deck stuff put out. Before you put it out, clean your deck.
Clean it all
Yeah.
off. Okay.
Yeah.
Which should be a standard practice. for
Everyone
any
should have a
deck
clean
anyway.
deck.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is a family show.
I said dick.
couple more
New Zealand accent.
couple more questions from Instagram here because we got a live feed going on here. What about saltwater pools? Does that also count as a saltwater
Body of salt
body of saltwater?
Yeah, and it does, but I think there's a little limitation on that because that salt water isn't as bad.
Right.
Right. And you'll get some spray, but it wouldn't be like the ocean spray.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going to get some
the
off
waves
spray and everything
crashing
else.
down and spraying.
Much like the fence has warranties, like the fencing categories and aluminum and steel have the same kind of warranties on the saltwater pool. But the biggest thing with saltwater pool is that it's not the ocean.
Right.
I can't show up with enough of salt water to make it feel like the ocean.
You've never
those
seen my
claims
kid
don't work.
splash in
Yeah.
the bathtub. Show you want to see sea spray? Jeez.
Foam and everything.
Another question here. RCR Renos, I don't know if you'll know the answer to this or not, but what is the information the customer needs? Like, what do they need to provide to transfer the warranty? Do you know what that process is?
I don't know, but I believe from what
All the
my
planning in the
readings-
world for this podcast couldn't have prepared you for that question.
No, that was a pretty good question. I'm going to go visit RCR when I get home. We're going to have a discussion.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for really showing me up.
No, I believe it's simply you have to have proof of purchase and where it was done. Like if you do it yourself, then wherever you bought it, you have the date and stamp and all that stuff.
Yep.
So that's basically what we at Fortress would need. We're trying to make this as seamless as possible. And our claims department, this is a big plug to them. They're phenomenal. Like I call them up. There was a couple of posts just recently on the railing side. I'm missing some skirts, and it's from Garland. And within 3 days of stuff's at a homeowner's house, saying, "Here you go."
That's incredible.
Just doing it like instant. So there's a lot of fixes. So in saying that, we look at our program. We say, okay, what are the benefits of steel? We've gone through a plethora of information so far, making it easy for the consumer to say, look, I am spending more money, protect me,
Yeah.
right? And then cover me.
Yeah.
It's one thing to write it down. It's another thing to actually say, we don't want issues, but if there's ever an issue, here it is. We'll fix it.
Yeah.
And I got to give everybody at Fortress a huge thumbs up. I've been with other companies and it hasn't been as good. So
Yeah, a company that will stand behind the warranty they give, because there's two types of companies. There's ones that will do just exactly that, and they like if they said they'll cover it, they'll say they'll cover it. And there's other ones that want to give a big warranty as a sales technique, but they have no intention. There's so much fine print, and so many outs for them to try to do. And then when you try to file that claim, it's just a nightmare because all they're trying to do is get out of actually having to follow through in the warranty.
Kind of like printers.
And that's awful. Yeah, don't get me started on our printers.
He was really mad.
You guys,
drive up. Call me on the drive up. I want to hear it.